Griggs is here with us as well. What you saying, mate?
I'm not gonna lie, that game was boring. It's as simple as that. Anytime the season starts, right in August, they might as well just start Chelsea United off with 2 points because all we do is play draws. It's literally just a draw every single year. There's no point in even playing out the game. Performance wise, United played pretty okay. It wasn't good. It wasn't shit. I think it was. I'm not gonna lie, it's very similar to what a Ten Hag performance would have been. I don't think there was a difference between what Ten Hag would have done and what Rude would have done. The only difference is maybe the player intensity. That's maybe the only difference. Maybe players were trying a little bit harder and stuff like that. It's the same issues. Garnacho gets into a boatload of opportunities in terms of chances, can't convert his dinner. The guy can't strike a ball cleanly. The only time that he had a good shot was that little slice that he had that I think went a little bit over the crossbar. The other chance, the left footer, gotta do better there. Just kick the right at Sanchez. And then that one that he fluffed where Bruno laid it off to him, that's an abysmal shot. Absolutely abysmal shot. And I don't understand. I don't care that Rude is a manager, whether Ten Hag is a manager. I don't understand how this guy gets 90 minutes every single match day. I don't understand how he gets 90 minutes every single match day. He's not held to any sort of accountability. And I just don't, I'm not saying he's trash, even though I do think this guy is not starter level at Man United. I don't think he'll ever be. I think there's too many limitations to his game. Yes, he's threatening. He'll get into good positions, but so does Timo Werner. Yeah, we call him shit. What's the difference? You can get into all the good positions you want, but if at the end of the day, yes, he has a bunch of GA this year, yeah, but let's be real, most of it is in the cup competitions. In Premier League matches, he's had a couple good moments, but consistent level is not there. I do think there's a lot of limitations. And I also don't understand, I'm not trying to gas up Rashford too much, but I don't understand why we're shifting Rashford to the right wing in order to accommodate an inferior player on the left-hand side. Because Rashford today, the first 1v1 that he had on the left-hand side, he sent Gusto back to France. He chopped him up, went down the byline, created a decent opportunity that didn't amount to anything. But still, the intent was there. Anytime Garnacho got the ball 1v1 on the left-hand side, Reece James was comfortable, Malo Gusto was comfortable. Whoever was on at right back, he wasn't able to do anything there. So I don't understand from that perspective. Midfield, defensively, they were good. The intensity was there. Ugarte and Casemiro were able to read the play well. Passing, though, no one really expected them to be anything good passing-wise, but the first-time passes, just not good enough. I do think we missed a deep-line playmaker in this game. Obviously, Eriksen's injured. Kobe Mainoo's injured, so I'm not asking you to play a youth kid in this game. It is what it is. They did a decent enough job, and against, in my opinion, a superior midfield in Caicedo and Lavia and Palmer. Yeah. That I was worried about that midfield today, and for the most part, Cole Palmer obviously had a couple nice little touches that he was able to break through, but for the most part, they were nullified. Defensively, other than Dalot, I think we're really good. I think Dalot was the worst defender we had today. I think Mazraoui was my man of the match. I think he was absolutely impeccable. Madueke couldn't get his game off at all. I think Mazraoui defensively is much better than I ever anticipated because everyone kept talking about his technical ability at Ajax and Bayern Munich, but the guy is like a magnet when it comes to winning a tackle because everyone thought that we were going to downgrade defensively from going from Wan-Bissaka to Mazraoui, but in my opinion, Mazraoui is a much more intelligent defender than Wan-Bissaka. He doesn't really go to his feet that much. The standing tackles, impeccable. Licha, my opinion, was probably Lisandro Martinez's best Premier League game of the season. I thought he did a really good job against a tough striker in Jackson. Didn't really get dominated early. The passing was okay. I thought De Ligt, other than the one mistake he had where he slipped on that Enzo chance that Jackson was able to lay it off to Enzo, that Enzo missed, he was pretty solid. And yeah, Dalot was bad. Højlund did a decent job. I thought in the first half, he had a couple opportunities where he had the ball in space and he was carrying it and he didn't release it at the right times or he kept it too long. I thought he should have done better there. But I disagree with taking him off for Xerxes. I'm not going to lie with Josh for Xerxes. I don't see it. I don't see much. I think intensity-wise, he's not fit for the Premier League. He lets the game go past him way too easily. And when I look at the coach that's coming in Amorim, I don't see him working out. I do see us shipping him back to Serie A within the next 12 months. I'm not going to lie. I look at Amorim and I look at the striker he uses in Gyökeres. And for Sporting, I look at Højlund. I'm not saying Højlund's better than him, but the profile is there. And I think United, in my opinion, in 12 months' time, might be looking for another striker because I know Neji is a big advocate for like new forwards because our forwards can't finish their dinner to save their life. And I agree with him on that. We do need more forwards. And it's not just a striker. We need a left winger. We need another one. That is a priority, especially when I look at Amorim's. Or it doesn't have to be a direct left winger. It could be like a left inside 10. That kind of a wing fielder, whatever you want to do. Whether you want to go like a Xavi Simons, if Madrid end up signing Florian Wirtz, Arda Güler might be available. That kind of stuff. We need to refresh that forward line because other than Højlund and maybe we'll see how Amorim has with Rashford. I look at our forwards, obviously Ahmad as well, but we'll see. Well, with Ahmad, it's always a what if. Will a coach like him? Will he not? We don't know yet. Theoretically, you think that the coach, based on the way he plays, will like Ahmad, but you never know. But United need new forwards, and they first of all, also they need new wing backs. I know I saw a super chat earlier about Mazraoui at wing back. I don't think Mazraoui is a wing back for me. I think he's too passive in the final third. He's not the type of guy that will put the cross in when you need him to. I think he's technically gifted, and the 1-2s in defense to break the lines is amazing. But when we're talking wing backs, we're talking about final third killers. We're talking about the Theo Hernandez of the world. We're talking about Alphonso Davies of the world. I don't think Mazraoui is that. So United need a left wing back, whether that's going to get someone high profile or going to Benfica and activating that buyback clause if it actually exists for Laura Fernandez. We never should have sold in the first place. So the Amorim stuff, United have a lot of work to do. The squad can fit a back three, but there is also a lot of money to be spent. I think midfield, you need quality. I think defense, you're getting another center back because you're now playing with 3 center backs. And let's be real, we have the 3 starting center backs right now, but I think you can obviously do a lot better.
Yeah, we need a lot. We need a lot more. But let's bring it back. You said a lot, and some of you agree, some of you disagree. But in terms of Garnacho, you asked why does he get played 90 minutes? And listen, I want him to get taken off more. I prefer him on the right than into the left. I do think Rashford has been our best attacker this season, and he should be in his preferred position, and he should be in the positions where Garnacho is, because he actually will score goals. I completely agree. But in terms of the question, why does he get 90 minutes? All I can say is maybe the coaches are thinking, because he's always relentless, because he's in terms of mentality, he never stops, he keeps going. They believe that he will eventually do something good, win the game to win you the game. And you know, he's got that moment in him to do that. We saw it in the Community Shield where he pops up with a goal. And in other games where he just come out of nowhere and he's the one that's scoring goals. That's the only reason why I think he's there for 90 minutes. I don't personally agree, but that's it. He's not trash, like people are trying to say. He's not a terrible player. I just think this is where my point, AG, that's why I put it in. I just think he needs help and he needs coaching to show him how to be better and how to develop into the player that we hope he can be, which is a starter, which is a constant threat, which is a goal getter, which is a goal scorer. And right now, he needs to be taken out of the spotlight.
What do you mean by that? Sorry, in what areas? Because again, I'm not trying to be. I'm not trying to be an arsehole. I'm just going to be direct to ask you a question if I can. When you say coaching his style, are you talking regarding his finishing or his runs? Because all I saw was a few misplaced, like literally, Ahmad right at the end was open, slide him in. To me, I don't think that needs coaching. The finishing was absolutely abysmal. I don't know how much elite coaching you need at Manchester United to improve those. So what do you mean, like in that area, he just needs those things? Do you think that's going to improve with this new manager?
No, because he needs guidance in when to shoot, how to shoot, what kind of opportunities. Like, I think decision making can be coached. If you've got a system set and you're getting told by the coach, when you're in this position, you have option A and option B, and option B is actually a really good one, and you need to do that more, you will start to see things improve. So when you say he needs coaching, it's not like he needs a whole new legs, you know what I mean? A whole new way of playing. He just needs to be taught how to shoot, when to shoot, and when to press.
I think the problem is with a lot of this analysis, and I don't think Griggs is wrong. Like, a lot of it's your opinion and fair play. Some of it I agree with, some of it I don't. But I think you're spot on with a lot of it. But this is why I worry about Amorim, because we all knew before Ruud become interim, we all knew before the season began, we all knew before we announced Amorim that this squad still needs to be 60 to 70% of it needs to go in the next 2 years. So the fact we already know this, it's almost like if Garnacho is one of the players that isn't good enough, let's all just agree that he isn't. Until we get to the transfer windows and can replace him, it becomes almost boring going on about it and going on about it and going on about it. We know that these changes need to come. The most important thing for us to focus on in the short term is being hard to break down and hard to beat. And a comment came through saying, Terry, you are the only fan that does not think scoring goals is not a priority. No, Sir Alex Ferguson agrees with me. Scoring goals wins you games. Great defenses wins you titles. So the greatest football manager of all time agrees with Terry Flewers that being hard to beat is the first priority. Having a structure that 2 passes doesn't undo every 5 minutes is the priority, in my humble opinion. I agree. We need to add better attackers. We've got to add better midfielders. I'm never going to sit there and disagree, but I'm not even focusing on that, because that for me is the fine furnishings you put in your new house. We are digging the fucking footings, boys. We're digging the footings here. And I think some of the analysis is too early for where we are. Like Man United are still at the early stages of a genuine rebuild. And I understand criticizing the players that are not good enough. I'm never going to push back against that. But this is what I worry about for Amorim. Back to the first point, is what's going to happen? People that love Ten Hag are going to be so harsh on him to begin with, and they're going to try and throw him under a bus because to prove that it was never my favorite manager. And I worry it's going to take years. It's going to be ups and downs. We are not going to be at Liverpool, at City's, at Madrid's level just because Amorim's a good coach. Equally, I do think individual players will improve with. This is what makes me laugh. Everyone rips into Ten Hag's coaching, his man management, his system. But then when we say, I think some of our players will improve if the system's better and the managing's better, people go, well, no, that won't happen either. Then why did we sack the manager? Then I just get a little confused, not by yourselves individually.
I think it was obviously sack the manager because both go hand in hand, Terry. And this is the thing. No one's sitting here saying Ten Hag didn't deserve to get sacked. But there are other elements that were always being missed because it became about the manager. And that's the issue. Me personally, I can only talk for myself. I know you say it's a short term talking about goals later on. That makes sense. But I have to then take you back to memory lane when I even said to you on multiple times, Ten Hag in his first season got the defense bang on. You build from that, you add goals to it. And I got laughed at again because man then wanted big changes quick. And I thought, it's not going to take time. Your words, as you just said, you've got to build slowly. We needed to add goals a long time ago just to that great defense that we had. Then you start to change up the complicated stuff. We haven't done that. We've gone too far back. Ten Hag's ultimately sacked himself. Amorim's going to have to come in here, and yes, he's going to have to coach and give them a style of play where we can potentially create even more chances per game. But these players, as we know, whether it's a Bruno, whether it's Rashford, whoever you want to name it is in that front line, they need to start bagging one way or another. Because otherwise, what will happen, and I'll predict it again, if we don't start bagging the goals, the confidence will go down in the manager. The fan base will start turning because we're not getting results because of the goals. And then we're back to square one where we're like, raw, what do we do now? I don't want that for my new manager.
Why if you bag goals, you're bagging goals, but you keep losing because you get outscored?
Say again?
Why if you keep bagging goals, but you keep losing games because you're getting outscored and you can't keep a clean sheet?
Well, I can't remember the last time that ever happened for us personally. But again,
but
like
in general.
But like I said, I wouldn't back that.
See, the thing is, though, AG, I don't disagree with that point you've made because our fans are like that. But where I'm frustrated is the new manager ain't even here yet. I don't understand the negativity today. The new man ain't even here.
It's not about being. It's not about me personally. Okay, it may come across negative because I'm not jumping on this bandwagon that we were defensively great. Maybe I should have started with that. I can highlight it, Terry. We defensively were much better. We nullified Chelsea. That's why I disagreed with Steve when he said because Chelsea didn't finish. No, we stopped you from scoring. I get that, but in the honor of consistency with our team, forget manager, players, or whatever. Winning, I want results. So I'm being consistent for myself. I want results. I've been bagging for that for longest. And right now, defensively, like I said, correct me if I'm wrong. Before this game, 11 goals conceded in the league. That tells me defensively we've been okay, not great, but okay. We're tied with Man City and Arsenal. So I want to win results. So what's the next step, Terry, after you get this solid defense? You go and bag goals.
No, I wouldn't disagree with that. But this whole conversation started with us being told we're glorifying a player that was rubbish today, and that didn't happen on this show. It just didn't happen.
Again, I took the word back and glorifying and I did take it back for you because again, I'm not trying to overhype the situation. Yes, I used the word glorifying. What I'm basically saying is he's been let off. And in the hope that, he must have just done great stuff today. And we're okay with the chances he's missing. That's how we came across. Like, we're okay with the chances he missed. He didn't get brought up.
I understand that. Boys, look, it's been an absolute pleasure speaking to both of you. Good challenge as always. We're going to get back to some of these super